thank you so much for checking out my channel. Now, I recently obtained a brand new Rolex Explorer 2, and I've been getting nothing but questions on how I did it. Can you help me out? How did you obtain this Rolex watch? So we're in the studio today to give a quick video on 6 tips of what I think will help you. I hope will help you. It's what I did. So let's get into it. Now, I had no buying history with this Rolex AD, and I got my Explorer in less than 7 months. I spent a good amount of time in Southern California because that's where my photography gallery is, and I thought that'd be the perfect place to go talk with Rolex dealerships because there's so many in the Los Angeles, Orange County area. So quick story, when I first started this adventure to hopefully obtain a Rolex Explorer 2, I went to an AD, and this is middle of COVID, so this is a year and a half or so ago. I knew I couldn't get one. I just wanted to kind of see, feel one and just see what it was all about. Talked to the person, they were very nice. They said, oh, well, we'll take your information. You might not hear from us for years, but I thought, oh, what the heck? It's years, you never know. And if they do, you never know. So I gave my information, gave my business card, thinking, okay, 2-3 years, this will be perfect. No joke, literally walked out the door alongside the window, looked back in and saw the person tearing up the form. She just put my name on with my business card and threw it in the trash. So then I knew either I have to take a different route or this watch is just unobtainable for a couple years or so. Later, I was talking to one of my art collectors about this, and he had a ton of Rolexes. I was getting his advice, and he gave me an interesting tip that I never would have thought of. You're not only purchasing the watch from that AD, you're purchasing it from that person. So he recommended going to the ADs and talking with different people that work at the Rolex stand or work at the Rolex shop, because you could find some people, like in life, are nicer than others, and you never know. And he recommended going to different ADs since we had so many in the area, and just really meeting with the people until you found someone that maybe feels you get a better connection with that might work with you. Now, I'm not saying put in an order with every person you meet at every AD. No, just talk with them, talk watches, and just feel out the connection. And finally, when you do feel you have a connection with one of them, that's who you want to work with. So tip number 3, if you do have that friend or relative that has purchased through an AD, ask them to introduce you to their representative, especially if they have a good relationship with them. That might help you avoid a few hurdles if you don't have any buying history. Now, before we go any farther, if you want to know why, out of all the options in the world for all these amazing watches, why I had to have the Rolex Explorer 2, here's another quick video we did in the studio of just me explaining why it just had to be Rolex Explorer 2. It couldn't be any other option. Tip number 4, and this is the hardest one for everybody, and you're gonna hate hearing this, but tip number 4 is you have to be patient. And that takes us right into tip number 5. With you being patient, that's not you won, done, go talk with the AD and then just wait. You do have to keep in touch with them. And it's one of those things where you don't want to bother them because they have 100 people a day, if not more, bothering them for watches that they themselves cannot get. So it's one of those things, drop in once a month or so, but it's not a drop in that, oh, where's my watch? It's like normal human interaction. You talk watches, you talk what interests you. Tell them about your kids. Anything that just keep your name up there, keep in contact with them, but don't bug them. That's the worst thing you can do. But keep an engaged relationship with your AD. Now, I only did polite conversation with them, but I've seen other videos on YouTube online where they bought them things, they brought them coffee. I don't know, that's up to you. Each person, each AD is different. So, but just put that out there. I didn't do any of that, but I have heard of people doing that, and they say it helps, but you never know. So tip number 6, and my final tip, is make it very apparent that you're not gonna buy this watch and just flip it. I know Rolex is trying really hard, the company itself, to have their ADs not sell it to flippers. So be prepared, because I do know they're doing background checks. I know that for a fact, that Rolex is doing background checks on people. And if you are planning to flip it, I mean, I'm not gonna yuck on anyone's yum, but do your best to show that you're not gonna flip it. I was in a unique situation where I have my website. I consider myself kind of an explorer with my photography. So I think they were able to look at that and had a pretty good idea that I wouldn't just turn around and sell this. And again, all this, I can't say 100% that's how it went down, but this is just my best interpretation of what did happen. And hopefully it does help you guys out if you are interested in trying to obtain a Rolex watch. Thank you so much again for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you want to learn more and see more about this watch, this is coming along on all my travels with me. We are going to put its durability to the test. So please give us a like, hit subscribe. We have a lot more fun videos coming out about this watch. Cheers.